What's up, guys? George here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another episode of Drifting Stock. Today I'm going to be in the Chevy Corvette ZR1, however you want to say it. I don't care. It has a 638 horsepower, 600 pound-feet, V8 supercharged V8 engine, whichever way you want to say it. About 3,300 pounds, 52-48 weight distribution, and yeah, so this car has a lot of power. You can tell by just driving it. You can pretty much do burnouts in fourth gear. Not that you actually would do that in real life, but you can, yeah. This car is, you can tell some other cars are very refined, like the German car is very refined, some of the Japanese cars. This car is just like, oh yeah, there's a 640 horsepower motor and rear wheel drive. So, yeah. So you're pretty much just it, and the steering is it's very direct, but it's twitchy. Like when you're counter steering, if you come off a little bit, you have a drastic change. So it's hard to keep like a steady slide. Like you see, I'm like kind of going wavy on it. I am like it's hard to get used to it because just when it takes you have to realize how hard you're hitting the throttle before. Like you realize, oh, I'm hitting the throttle pretty hard, and by then you're already spun out. But I did cut a lot of those out, so you don't have to watch those. You can just watch the better part. And I left this video pretty much how it happened when I recorded, so you can see what happened, how this car, strengths and weaknesses of the car. Like you can see where I spun out, you can see where I got good lines and that type of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not specifically knowing of the correct lines to take when drifting. I pretty much take the normal line I would take if I was just circuit racing. But if you guys know the right ones, let me know. I really would love to know. I think I'm doing fine. But so one of the issues with this car is you really don't know. You hit the throttle a little bit too much, and the wheels are always you're always getting wheel spin. You're pretty much just like if you're driving, the rear wheels are you're pretty much doing a burnout every you're just doing a burnout or you're not moving. So it is pretty hard to control, but once you get used to it, it if you get like I spent I think maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes, driving this car for this video. If I had maybe worked with it a little bit longer, maybe 30 minutes, I think I could have had this car down and doing nearly perfect runs around this section, which would have been pretty cool. But yeah, so I was just, yeah. Because I don't want to show you after I've gotten used to the car, because that would completely change my, how it thought. So I think, well, yes. The reason, if you look at the timer, when I started, I think it was maybe at 5 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that. The reason was because I had a massive crash in the beginning, and yeah, and I was in the beginning, I was just crashing everywhere, and you didn't really want to see that, so I cut to when I was starting to do better. But so this car, it has plenty of power. That's not an issue. I think it's reasonably light, maybe 3,300 pounds. So it's lively. One of the other issues is usually I don't run that wide. Sometimes I do, but this car you really get a lack of actually how fast you're going. So it's hard to see, and sometimes you just get grip and you don't think you will, and you'll just kind of shoot off in one direction, whichever way you're trying to go, which does make it tough. But at the same time, if you can also use this as an advantage when you're drifting to help you get better lines and achieve more angle. So this car actually, I really did like this. If I was to make this a drift car, weight reduction, thicker tires. I'd probably just go maybe 800 horsepower, thicker tires, probably street tires or sport tires, probably sport tires, maybe 800 horsepower, and then that'd be pretty good. I would like that. It'd be very good. But if I was to make this car, I'm not really a Corvette guy. I am a fan of the new Corvette C7. Really like that. That's why I have no clue how it drives, but I really do like the look of it. This look in the Corvette, I think it was just getting a little bit old. But that's something else. This car, if you practice in your car a lot, this car, it really kind of grew on me. I did start to like it a little bit more than I did in the beginning, but it still kind of bites you in the face if you just get carried away a little bit with the throttle. If you're like, oh, I think I can go a little bit faster through here. You're just off. And like I was trying lots of corrections in there, and just this car is very twitchy, which it does make it a little bit harder to drive when cars are that twitchy. So those are just my thoughts. If you have different thoughts than me, I would love to hear them. Leave some of those comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave some likes. If you guys do want to see more cars on drifting stock, I'm just going to keep doing them rear-wheel drive cars. If I run out of the rear-wheel drive cars, I'll start going to all-wheel drive cars. I doubt I'm going to run out of rear-wheel drive cars. Also, I'm probably going to do some front-wheel drive. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do front-wheel drive. Well, I don't know. What I do, I might post a video of this. I have a Prius. Pretty good. I, of course, didn't make it. I got a drift tune off the storefront. I don't know, but I imagine there's tons of rear tire pressure, but it just drifts everywhere, and I was actually surprised. It kind of handles almost like an all-wheel drive car when you're drifting it, which is pretty neat. I might take that into one of the lobbies and see what's what, and see how people react to a Toyota Prius drifting. I'm not going to say well, it's still front-wheel drive, but yeah. If you guys would like to see that, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what cars to do. I want to do the cars you want. Thanks for watching. Bye.